She got her teacher now.
All right.
Finally, something going on this corner.
Yeah.
Not excited. Finally, it's a weed pit right now.
Again, this is a 17,824 square foot child center on 2.40 acres. It's in the Applewood subdivision. It's at the corner of Gillespie.
Corner, please.
Yep. As you see there, it's at the southwest corner there of that intersection. The property to the west there is a wetland, which cannot be disturbed. It's Zone B2, and you see the facility here. They'll have access from Gillespie, and their lot actually touches Iditarod, is that how you say that? Drive, so that will be there. They'll have ingress, egress from that. We recommend approval. We only have one comment remaining. You have a little more on yours, but they resolved a lot of comments today, and that's just from the fire department. And that's the only comment remaining. So we recommend approval with that contingent.
All right. Comments from the commission? I don't know who to ask here, but I have a question with the traffic flow, and Johnny, you might want to, I know it's hard to read that site plan, but with the way the traffic flow is on this property, the only way to access, and I think it's 252 students being dropped off here is, if you're coming from the north, the south, or the east, the only way to access the property is from Iditarod. If you're coming from the west, you'll use the access from Gillespie Road. And the way it's drawn is all three of those folks, all folks coming from north, south, or east will have to go through the parking lot in order to get into the car line to loop back around to come back to drop their kids off. So am I reading that sensibly? Seems like an awfully complex traffic flow.
Yes, they can, or they can take the traffic circle to swing. Well, actually, they can't.
Can't make a left turn on Gillespie.
They can't make a left turn. I do apologize.
The only way to get into this property.
Yes.
Although they will.
Yeah, they will. But yeah, so all three coming from that direction have to go through the neighborhood, which is the way we designed this property. And they have to make a loop, drop their kids off, and then come back out through the property, back out Iditarod, or loop back around through the parking lot in order to get back north to get onto Gillespie.
Yes.
And then they can go anywhere they want with the traffic circle. Is there any way that we can do this better? Really, and I assume, I don't know, is 252 students are all getting dropped off at the same time, or?
I think between the hours of 7 and 9, depending on the person dropping them off.
I mean,
just reality. They're gonna be dropping off same time school is.
Nobody driving.
And I can tell you, I live like 200, not very far from this. The traffic circle does great right now, but the backup literally is through the traffic circle now in the mornings from Columbia Elementary. So I know there's a project Councilman Shaw and I were going to talk about instituting, but it's going that's going to be interesting in the mornings with folks dropping off there and then trying to get vice versa. That could be interesting. Not your problem, but.
So is it engineering that, or who said, so no left turn from Gillespie into the property?
Engineering.
Engineering eliminated that?
Yes.
Why? Actually, traffic in the morning now, going east and west through that traffic circle is actually not the problem. The problem now is north and south at the time in the morning where this would be an issue. East-west, it's like a knife cutting through butter. It's pretty good. I mean, I would ask that you relook at that as an option.
With the turn lane, or,
Well,
as long as there's a turn lane, they could
no,
usually-
allowing a left turn off of
allowing a left turn?
Gillespie into
Just
the
allow a
property.
left turn?
Yeah, I mean, hell, they're gonna do it anyway.
As shall, yeah,
I mean, just be frank, I mean, how many people take a left into Wendy's?
yeah. And into that shell on Gillespie.
There we go.
I would have the same question. I realize why you, in theory, didn't allow for a left-hand turn that close to the intersection, but
Yeah.
people I don't think that's an issue in that particular location. Based on the in the morning, well, it doesn't matter. That's my answer. I don't think it will be an issue. If somebody would like to relook at it,
Even in the evening, that doesn't back up there.
no.
Yeah. We would like to have have the certified official relook at it.
Please.
So does that cause, is that a good thing for
It
you?
would be a great thing for us
Okay.
to have a left turn in from Gillespie.
Worth a delay in improvement this evening of your site
Can we
plan?
do it administratively?
Okay.
I think we want it. So, I think we all, or I'm hearing the majority of, we would like that left turn.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, until engineering studies it, we cannot commit to putting in that left turn. So your options are you can approve it and ask staff to look at it, which we will, and if it gets amended, we can either look at doing it administratively to the CEO without having to come back to you, or you can continue the item and then you can come back after having studied it and let you know what's out.
Is there enough right-of-way there to put in a middle lane for a little bit
No,
as a turn?
I don't think so. Not right there.
That's where it does though.
It's right straight from my house. I don't think so. There's no crap.
And I assume the drop-off is intended that you're running two cars south at the same time, they're both dropping off at the same time?
They can kind of come out, and once they drop their child off, if there's a car in front of them, they can come out to that left lane.
Does it make sense to make the parking lot one way and make that a big loop, or that messes you up during drop-off time?
I left it both two lanes in case,
Case
somebody's coming in to pick up a child, they may have to run into the building.
Okay, and then come back out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, how does it affect you if we were to continue this?
Well, I like the idea of the approval and then the staff review, administrative review with the ECO, I believe, as opposed to putting it on hold and coming back next month.
Okay.
Because the question would be, if staff says, sorry, can't do the left turn, would we therefore deny the site plan? If we're not saying that's what we would do, then we approve it tonight with the contingency that staff go relook at it, and we're accepting and requesting a left turn lane if they deem it safe and appropriate. Right?
Yeah.
Sums up where we are.
Right, I don't know that I would be, I'm not happy with the way it is currently, and if it went, and if staff said that it's gonna be the way it is, I'm not sure I would be happy, so.
Okay?
I'd rather have it correct and vote on it being correct, which I think benefits you to get the left turn lane.
Mm-hmm.
Metrics of engineering as opposed to anecdotally, you guys not being comfortable, and I say this respectfully.
Yeah.
I know you drive it, but just because you don't like it, it's
Well.
enough for us to say that one person.
Well,
But I hear what you're saying,
Yeah.
that you'd rather have us do the analysis before you make a
Yeah.
decision, but we're not going to arbitrarily put in a left.
no, I understand that, and that's why I think we'd like to have the facts, and, because we all, I think those of us that live in that part of town know that north-south on Balch at that time of day is a bottleneck, and using that as the, using Applewood as the primary entrance for three-fourths of the folks using this facility or more is probably not the right answer, because it backs up past that entrance.
So, speaking of anecdotal opinions here, was the non-inclusion of a left turn lane somewhat anecdotal in a decision, or somewhat deep dive into traffic flows and counts and engineering, whatever? You know what I'm saying? Did y'all look at this deep, and you're just going to come back and say, hey, it's just like we told you last time, there's no left turn, or you say, we just kind of thought it wasn't a good idea, so we drew it this way? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I know that the maneuver off of Gulch was decided a long time ago.
It was.
And, seriously,
Yeah, but we,
the left turn off of Gillespie, Michelle would have to
Yeah.
address what analysis engineering did.
And that's kind of what I'm asking. Are we going to get the same result in a month, so it doesn't matter, or was it just kind of a...
So that, I mean, just with all due respect, what we've got here is not, the preference here on Gillespie is not based off of analysis, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, that's what I just heard you say. I just want to make, yeah, and is that what, okay. So I think what I'd like to see is,
A deeper dive?
yeah, a deeper dive and actually go back and look at it. And, I mean, just see what the metrics come back and tell us. Because I mean, I like to be able to say, hey, yeah, okay, we need to do this because the metric said, and it's, a reg or whatever distance from the intersection, yada, yada, yada. And if it is, hey, it is. But I don't feel comfortable. I know you don't, all due respect, you don't care. No. But I'd like the data to speak for it, and I think until we got the data to be able to speak for it, I'm not comfortable passing it at this point. And I don't think that's right to you either, to kind of put you in that limbo of, yeah, it is or it's not, and so I'd rather let the data speak. That's my opinion. But I'm only one of X. Probably do, yeah.
We can do that, and then decide if any additional analysis is needed, so it'll help you,
Yeah.
understand, what is feasible.
Yeah. I guess I just keep coming back to, and I know, I mean, I see people do this on County Line Road
That's 60 feet.
or other places. I mean, when they get frustrated because they can't get in through Iderred, they're going to start coming in other places, and they are going to take, whether we want them to or not, they will take a left off of Gillespie. So it's going to happen. If it can, why not try and make it as easy as possible? But I would like to ask, though, I keep hearing left turn lane. So I'm not advocating for a left turn lane. I'm just advocating for the ability to turn left. So to me, that's two very different things. So I want to make sure I'm clear on kind of what we're thinking.
well, if there was a concern about it backing up, then the left turn lane would help with a backup safety concern.
Okay.
So, but I'll leave that,
That sounds like two analyses of one.
leave that up to engineering.
Yeah, I mean, because the other part is who's paying for that left turn lane because you're going to widen the road.
Understood. But if there's a concern about backing up too close to the roundabout, that would
Yeah,
at least get a couple cars off the main
yeah.
road. So short of that, otherwise, we're okay. Nobody's got any other issues, right?
No, that's the biggest,
I mean, I'm actually excited to see this, but,
I'd be glad for
I
that
just-
thing to get developed.
252 students, majority coming off of that one way, it's gonna be a challenge. What's in the middle of the parking lot?
Oh, that is underground detention.
Okay, that's what that is.
cool.
Okay. I thought it might be, but I was like, what is that? And there's our awning over the,
There is an awning we
Got that.
have on the fire department requested, that's on the...
that's that bottom square, square's an awning.
Feet.
Hmm?
There needs to be a sign saying
Okay.
the height of the awning.
Okay. But that's an awning. Okay, I was wondering what that other box was. Okay. So,
Is there
do we
any,
need to vote with a, do we need to vote as is, and then it comes back, or we need to vote to continue? Okay.
Move to continue to next meeting, or whenever,
Pending.
yeah, pending further analysis.
Second.
All right, roll call. Aye?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
aye.
Aye.
Aye.
I can hear you. Oh, aye.
Aye.
I can't hear.
Thank you. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Village at Town Madison, site plan for 4 commercial buildings totaling 46,000 square feet on 6.54 acres. Thank you for being patient.
I'm Joey Cece here with Freeland Companies, Old Town Investments, and happy to answer any questions other than names of tenants.
Move to disapprove.
Denied.
Yeah.
Now, again, we have built, of course, you'd see this building there with I Love Sushi in it. One of the things we have found is, a lot of times if you've got a tenant and you go ahead and build it and a little bit of spec space there, it kind of gives a lot of opportunities for people to maybe come and get space there. We anticipate the same thing here. We do have a few tenants that are kind of attached to it, but the goal really is to go ahead and build some space a little bit ahead of people, and everything from small shops to more commercial to, restaurants, maybe even some smaller restaurants, give them an opportunity in some places that they might be able to go get space without having to go and actually develop an entire building on their own.
All right, thank you. Johnny?
Don't have a whole lot to add to that. There's 46,652 square feet of commercial space. You see the location there off of Outfield and Stadium Way. And, of course, it's in the UC District. And kind of hard. That's kind of a busy site plan, but you can kind of see the arrangement of the 4 buildings there. They're all going to be commercial, so that's good. And we recommend approval with, we need a lighting plan, need some dimensions on the parking lot, some landscaping, a couple of landscaping issues there. They're on they call it Grand Avenue, so they're going to have to do some street furniture and stuff like that. But nothing major.
No elevations? We don't get to see what they look like?
I could, but
Isn't that normal? No?
But they won't have any names on them, so
I don't
no.
have any.
No, I know. Okay.
Engineering would like the mid-block pedestrian crossing to be, not to be allowed. They do, everything they do out there looks pretty, so it's going to be nice.
All right, thank you. Comments for the commission?
Move to,
Go ahead.
move to approve, subject to staff comments.
Second.
Roll call. Aye?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. 3 more items to go under new business. Central Park Subdivision Scrivener's affidavit to correct lot number error on final plat. And we need to vote on these independently, I assume, so anything we need to present on that?
Real short story.
Real short story.
Second one.
Real short story is, I made a typographical error.
all we need to know.
Homes has a number of lots Our client, at the very last minute, based on some FEMA documentation, we made a decision to break it into 2 phases. And then at the very last minute, we put it all back together again. And we put it all back together again. My mistake, I had the lot numbering, which is the only error on it. The lot numbering got mixed up there, so we had 2 lots. We had 2 lot 40s, 2 lot 42s. It's just the way that it's staggered. So this correction is simply to correct the lot numbering, because your building inspection department, of course, requires the right lot number when you pull the building permit.
All right. All right. Comments from the commission?
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Whiting?
Aye.
Mr. Porter?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Brooks?
Aye.
Ms. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Porter?
Aye.
Mr. Seifert?
Aye.
Ms. Palmer?
Aye.
All right, next item is Champion Phase 3, Scrivener's Affidavit, delete, note, no utilities underground on certified plat. Any comments?
Yes, real quickly. You know, we've always tried to do the utilities underground, and we make sure that note's on the plat. It's in the subdivision regs that the planning commission decides, but it's usually always automatic, and it's something we do. These 2 lots you did a year or so ago, and they're off of Thomas Drive, which is just down Hughes Road. There are no underground utilities there.
Okay.
So everything's above ground, and then all of a sudden, you know, and Huntsville Utilities, the way what was underground was right there. They would have to shut the water off and everything for the whole street just to put a power pole in and that sort of stuff. So,
All right.
Underground utilities wasn't made for this particular 2-lot subdivision, so we're asking that this be above ground.
All right, thank you. Comments from the commission?
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Weston?
Aye.
Mr. Carter?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Brooks?
Aye.
Ms. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Porter?
Aye.
Mr. Seifert?
Aye.
Ms. Palmer?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Last item, consideration to change the March Planning Commission meeting date from March 17th to March 24th. Asked us to take a look at that. It is spring break for Madison City Schools. I know Councilman Seifert will be out of town. There's a good chance I'll be out of town. I don't know who else has.
I will be out of town.
All right. If it's not an inconvenience for staff, then I would assume it's okay with you all. I know sometimes you all have conflicts. If it's okay with you all, then I would propose that we move the meeting to March 24th if we believe we'll have a quorum. Any discussion?
No problemo.
Okay. And staff's okay with the change? Okay. Okay. Then I need a motion to move the meeting to March
I
24th.
move we move the meeting.
Second?
Roll call.
Mr. Weston?
Aye.
Mr. Carter?
Aye.
Mr. Ryder?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Brooks?
Aye.
Ms. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Porter?
Aye.
Mr. Seifert?
Aye.
Ms. Palmer?
Aye.
All right, and with that, that was the last item. I appreciate everybody's patience, especially with the weather, and we'll see you all on March 24th.
I guess I let my wife read these minutes because her birthday is the 24th, so.
Oh, all right. All right, meeting adjourned.
We didn't hear a negative vote down there.